here today to talk about digital marketing.
Yes, I am so excited to have you because I know you do such a great job with the digital marketing um, that we have here, and you market with your listings and with your past and present and future clients. And so I'd love for you to tell me and everyone else how your digital marketing works.
Well, I can't tell you how it works because it's automatic and it happens in the background. But that's what makes it so exciting because it's such a useful and robust tool that we have provided to us by the company in some respects. I mean, obviously, some digital marketing falls onto our own responsibility, but the listing retargeting ads that the company provides for us, I think, in general, have helped a number of our agents in our offices sell their listings in less than the week time that it runs. Just to have the tool at our disposal that you really don't have to interact with if you don't want to. You have the ability to personalize and change it up, but for your listings to be marketed across all platforms, across all devices, without you having to lift a finger to do anything, makes our jobs that much easier, especially in this time where digital marketing is key, absolutely key.
Yeah, very true. Very true. I mean, we're at home, we're socially distanced, we are separated. So where is everybody right now? Everybody's digital. Everybody is online. They're on their social media, they're on websites, that's where they are.
Right.
And we're finding more and more people, more and more buyers out there are finding homes online. Now we already knew that before.
Right.
But now they're kind of forced to.
Right.
And it sure does make it nice that the digital marketing that we're doing reaches an even bigger audience.
Correct.
Now, if I remember right, our digital marketing through the listings, it goes in about a 15-mile radius from where the listing is, which is very large. I mean, some people might look at 15 miles and think, that's 15 miles. But really,
100,000 people here.
I mean, yeah, depending on where you are, unless you're, in the middle of a, really small rural area, we're all in a city.
Mm-hmm.
And 15 miles covers a lot of people. And they have, guaranteed impressions is what, minimum 3,000, but I don't think I've ever seen anything as small as 3,000.
No, they absolutely exceed every day. We get the reports from the system showing what the impression rate was and the click rate and that sort of thing. But the impressions absolutely exceed their minimum standard every campaign I've run. And there's nothing more exciting, I think, for a marketer to know that someone's in their car driving around with their mobile device as their navigation system, and that they drive into that 15-mile radius and they're out there house hunting, and my house is going to, or my listing is going to pop up in their face and say, ooh, well, maybe I hadn't thought of that one, or I hadn't seen it, but I'm here. Let me go drive around and find it.
Exactly. And the fact that the ad is beautiful. It's not this thrown together, I just took a picture with my cell phone and made an ad. It's a beautifully produced ad, which brings more people in because they get to see the colors and the design of the ad. And of course, we, lucky with our great, Berkshire Hathaway Cabernet color, it does seem to draw more people to the eye.
Mm-hmm.
But also where it's pushed out to. I mean, we know that you have the target marketing that goes on the social media, but do you want to explain exactly what target marketing is for those that might not know?
Well, so you have several different options with the company that we use, and our digital marketing is powered by AdWorks. And whoever wrote their algorithm, kudos to them, because one method they have is the retargeting. So you're in a physical distance of a property and a listing, and it gets pushed out to whatever device is in that 15-mile radius. The other one is by zip code. And for me, I've been using that for brand recognition and branding my name as a realtor in my home zip code. And what that does is any person who is actively searching things like home repair at Home Depot, or looking for real estate agents and doing comparisons on Google, or whatever their Google searches are, if it has anything to do with real estate, they become a target of my impression if they're in my zip code. And so anytime they hit any public page, AOL, CNN, I shouldn't be referencing AOL, it shows my age, Google.
I won't tell anybody, nobody noticed.
Thank you. I frequently see it. You know, I'm a Hotmail user, and I catch my ad up in the corner, popping up in my face. There I go with the age again. You know, popping up. I go, oh, there I am, right? You know, so you see it. So, you know, anybody who has anything related to our industry that's searching online will eventually be shown my ad in an ad space on the right-hand side, on the bottom, on the top banner, wherever they've found to put it. But again, exceeding the impressions per day. And the click-through rate's pretty good from that as well. And whether it's an accident, you know, a lot of people click ads accidentally or not, it is definitely building my brand and giving my face exposure out there into my market as someone who can help them with their real estate needs. The other one that's quite brilliant, I won't call it sneaky, but it's brilliant, is the Sphere marketing campaign. And that again is very targeted to your past, present, and future clients and people that you know. And that goes by associated email address. So you feed in email addresses of your contacts, and it will advertise to them on their email platform. Not in an email that they can unsubscribe from, but on their email platform where advertising appears, they're going to see that and be reminded that I'm their realtor, or I'm their future realtor, or, you know, that, hey, there's Leigh. She must be famous because now she's internet famous for having an ad. But the real benefit of that program is that you can't unsubscribe. I try to be diligent about not overwhelming my people with advertising so that they get sick of me. But it's nice to know that they can't unsubscribe from it because it's not an email-based advertising program. And it looks like it looks like it's completely random. From a perspective of a user, you wouldn't know that I put your name on a list to make sure you get that ad.
Right, right.
I find I'm getting those from other realtors where houses I've shown. They now, where I've followed up with them about information, they have captured my email address, and now I see their ads on my email platform.
And that's, you know, and that happens, you know, across the board, whether it's in real estate or any other type of sales. I mean, we know from, you know, searching on Amazon and things that we're looking for, they then track us from here on out. So that's how targeting works. So for anyone that doesn't, you know, understand and didn't, you know, still needs that extra little push, I always say, you know, when I'm on Amazon and I'm searching for, I'm doing a Google search for, you know, a pair of tennis shoes, everywhere I go from there on out, those tennis shoes are following me. Now, part of me says, I must really need to buy those tennis shoes, or I must really need to go take a walk. I'm not quite sure on which one they're trying to tell me. But, you know, what it's doing, and that's what targeting and retargeting does. And a lot of consumers out there don't realize that. And that's one of the great benefits that we're able to offer to our clients, because we're going to make sure that their home gets out there where the consumers are looking for them. And we're not just talking about just searching on Amazon or Google. I mean, it's going to follow them if they're on CNN or ESPN or the New York Times, any of those and beyond type of social media places where they're reading and getting their information. That's where they're going to see our ads.
Right. Yep.
And it's a great, so what we're doing is we're trying to help the sellers. The sellers need to be able to sell their home, and our job is to market it to the best of our ability. And this is one of those tools that really helps the seller but you're also helping buyers, because buyers that thought they saw everything because of, you know, their internet searches on some of these other internet sites when they're not using a real estate professional, now they're seeing these ads pop up for houses that they never even knew existed because they weren't working with somebody that could actually help them find those houses. So you're right. I think it is a great digital marketing tool.
When you mentioned working for your sellers and giving proof positive that we are doing everything that we can to get the word out about their listing. Additionally, the reports that are generated, as you know, minor as they are, being able to provide a seller with the stats for how the ad is performing out there online, whether they understand it or not, is kind of cool. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I see my ad has hit 200 people today and 3 people click through to it. All right, my house is being marketed out there professionally online and people are looking at it. I know that it's, you know, being seen and that I have a better chance of selling it the more it gets seen.
Exactly. And it's being seen by people that might not have originally even been thinking about buying a house.
Mm-hmm.
But now that they've just seen the house of their dreams pop up right in front of their face, they're thinking now is the time for me to buy. And must agree, now is the time to buy. Don't you agree? Well, we've got right now, we've got low inventory, but we have buyers that just want to buy a home.
We do, and I, you know, everybody talks about low inventory, and I see that we've got a lot of properties that are available. It's just the right one and finding the right one, and or maybe compromising on what the right one is in a different area. Because it's out there. If you want to buy a property, you want to buy a home, invest in real estate, it's out there and it's available to you right now. And for those people who've been fortunate enough to maintain their employment throughout the shutdowns and are still qualifying, rightfully so, for financing, right now is their best chance because their competition is a little bit limited, unfortunately, by people who weren't fortunate enough to
Mhm.
maintain their employment status. So keeping that in mind, the buyer pool is a little bit more competitive from the perspective of the sellers who are looking at, oh, I want a qualified buyer to write a contract, not an unqualified one. But it's out there and the market is heating up and we're seeing listings coming up. All those people that were fixing things up during quarantine and shutdown, everybody's doing their home improvements. And yet now I've been here for 4 months locked up. I'm ready to move up to a bigger space.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, that's true. And you're right. We are seeing houses come on the market, but they're going off as long as they're in, obviously reasonably good condition. They're going off almost as quickly as they're coming on. And the interest rates are fantastic.
Right.
I was just speaking to someone this morning. I don't know who it was, but I was speaking to someone this morning that told me that their buyer just secured an interest rate under 3%.
Wow. Lucky them.
Yeah, they
Lucky.
were using our credit union, which helps because credit unions do
Right.
have. I hear PenFed's got great rates for everyone. Here. And
You.
but yeah, but even in general, the rates are great.
Right.
Definitely you got to go out and talk to your lender and make sure that you're in the right position to buy a home. And for those that are selling, I mean, we're here to help you buy. We're here to help you sell. We're here to help you rent. We help investors as well. But circling back around to our digital marketing, we can help all of our clients through digital marketing.
Right. Through
And
one platform, we can find people to know that we're here to help them. We can help people that we're already selling for market their properties that much more effectively. And we can team up with our lender partners to make sure that everybody knows that we're out there and we can help them secure financing as well.
exactly, we're in the summer market. Now's not the time to just sit back.
No, no, we're making up for lost time of the spring market.
This is very true. This is our spring/summer market.
Mhm.
We're gonna tie it all in this couple of months period of time. And I mean, everything that even I'm hearing when it comes to the economists that are talking about what's going on in the market, people don't slow down. Don't decide that If I don't get in the summer market, I'm done. We, people are going to be making up for lost time. So I hear predictions, and I'm assuming they're going to be correct. With the summer market's going to be continue to be strong, and I think we're going to have a great fall market too.
Well, I'm hoping so, and I think that we'll see. We'll see what comes of it, but it feels like there's this panic to get it done before the next shutdown.
This is true. I know that's very true. We won't even talk about those numbers we were chatting about earlier,
Hmm.
but definitely, I will say to those of you out there, if you had a hard time sitting in your house for the past 3 months, now's the time to buy and sell a house before you may have to do it again for another 3 months. So
Think about
don't
where you want to homeschool your children in the fall.
put it off. Exactly.
Do you have a room in the basement with a big blackboard?
So you can buy that blackboard paint. There we go.
There you go.
But not before you're listing your house to sell.
No, no. Now, when you're setting up your homeschool area, that's for later.
It's a whole other conversation. We'll definitely have to get back together again and talk about, which would be a great conversation, is to talk about what people can do to get their home ready to sell. So
Yep.
we'll get together again and do another one of these conversations.
Great. Thank you, Marie.
Thanks. Thanks for chatting with me, Leigh. Have a great